And that's this new moon in Capricorn. So I think we covered
the ground.
Yeah, we did.
Capricorn, the
Capricorn, the ground.
We cardinaled that earth, man.
We did. Every angle. Hello, astrology enthusiasts.
Hello, astrology enthusiast. I'm Megan.
And I'm Kimberly.
Welcome to Moon Signs
and Storylines.
Here at Moon Signs and Storylines, we love to dissect and go through each new moon and full moon.
We do. To understand the energies at work, the energies that are at play. And we do this through storylines. I come up with a reference, she comes up with a reference, and we explain the energies through our references. Now, the key is we don't know each other's reference.
No, we don't.
We surprise each other. And maybe you.
Yeah, and that helps give personal perspective to every energy, and it helps us let our individual creativity shine through.
Absolutely.
So this is the second part of the New Moon in Capricorn series. The first one, we just went over the character of the new moon and then the chart. We like to call that the plot and the plot twist.
I say that's where the drama happens with New Moon in Capricorn.
So this is when you take it in, you figure it out, and then you come up with your reference, your perspective, and your storyline.
So after you hear ours, we greatly would appreciate if you tell us your storyline. What inspired you? Did you think of something?
Yeah.
For example?
Did you relate to ours?
Yeah. So I'd like to share a little personal story.
I would love to hear a little personal story.
Okay, so I ran through a friend of mine, my original reference.
For the new moon in
For this
Capricorn,
new moon in Capricorn.
2026.
Yes. And it was a little confusing for her. And she goes, the whole time you were talking, I came up with this reference. And I loved it so much. I scratched my original reference and I'm using her reference in my words, though. But I loved it. So that's what we're asking you to do.
Yeah, it's fun. It's definitely playful energy, and you get to really dissect and integrate yourself with the energies of the upcoming new moon.
And that's how we learn.
That's how we learn. So let's Rochambeau to see who goes first.
Okay. Oh, you cut me.
I'm going to take prerogative.
Okay.
I'm going to go first.
All right. She goes first.
Okay. I'm going to gather myself in this Capricorn, get my resources together before I bring up my presentation.
So Capricorn, and be efficient with it as well. Yeah. All Capricorn words.
Let me take the authority now. The new moon in Capricorn asks us to think deeply about how the world actually works. Not how we wish it worked, but how responsibility, consequence, and power truly operate over time. Capricorn is one of the wisest signs of the zodiac because it understands reality. It sees systems, it understands effort, discipline, and the long arc between intentions and outcome. Capricorn leadership is not performative. It's built slowly through lived experience and accountability. Astrologically, this new moon is unusually concentrated.
Absolutely.
And it's the beginning of that concentration. All of the personal planets, the Sun, Moon, Mercury, Mars, and Venus are involved in this Capricorn moment, with Venus having just entered Aquarius, where it sits conjunct Pluto, the planet of power, transformation, and collective change. This tells us that while our actions, intentions, and identity are rooted in Capricorn realism, our values are already being reshaped by Aquarian themes, social ethics, and the future of the collective. At the same time, Capricorn's ruler Saturn is conjunct Neptune in 29 degrees Pisces, the final degree of the zodiac. This is critical. It signals the end of the old belief system and the demand that faith, compassion, and ideals become something lived, not imagined. So the question becomes, who teaches us to look directly at life's harshest truth without losing hope? Who shows us that conscious love and moral responsibility can survive even in the most brutal realities. Capricorn understands reality. My reference teaches us how to face reality without losing humanity. Do you know who it is? I could give you hints.
It's a person?
It's a person.
Someone who faces reality but doesn't lose faith.
Mm-hmm. Let me give you hints because that's super broad. We're going super back into history. We're going into the 1860s.
Oh, great. It's been a while since I took history.
We're going into one of the most, we're going back to one of the most influential writers of history.
Jeez.
Yeah, someone that really made every philosopher, psychiatrist, religious person read into him. His books have been like the criterion of literature since 1860s.
Only thing I can think of is fraud, but I don't think it's him.
Yeah, and he changed, I guess, a culture, and you would say he helped change the government and how the people of the country felt.
Oh God, I hope I know this person. I never want to appear dumb.
Dostoevsky, Russian novelist, wrote Crime and Punishment.
Okay.
Wrote Brothers Kaskowski. I'm going to say that super wrong. Wrote The Idiot.
Okay, I've not read those.
Okay,
really show how I'm not well read in certain areas of my life. Let's just go for it.
Okay.
Only because I don't like to read about crime. But
oh, yeah, definitely.
So I typically don't. I mean, I know who he is, and I've known the books.
Yeah.
But I'm a little green.
I knew that it was going to be like a 10% of population. But he's super intense.
It shouldn't be that. But yeah, you're really going deep
he's
again.
He's super intense. I'm going super deep again.
Mm-hmm.
And he tried to really understand how the world works.
Oh.
And he did it through art and culture in his literature, in his story.
Mm-hmm.
So that...
what we're trying to do.
Exactly. But he's way darker than us, girlfriend.
Yeah,
and I'm probably not going to be able to speak to his depth to how other people could. So in your comments, let me know if I do a good job. Dostoevsky spent his life confronting the darkest aspect of human existence: poverty, imprisonment, guilt, violence, moral collapse. And yet he never argued that meaning was lost. Instead, he insisted that responsibility, empathy, and inner moral work are what shapes society from the inside out. This mirrors the astrology exactly.
That feels like it's happening now.
Exactly, that's happening.
Like, here we go again.
Yeah.
Here we go again.
Yeah, and I want all of us to see Dostoevsky so we
can see the reality.
We don't do it again and we can see reality.
Mm-hmm.
Capricorn grounds us in reality.
Mm-hmm.
Pluto in Aquarius reshapes collective values and power structures. Saturn conjunct Neptune demands that beliefs be lived, not escaped. Dostoevsky showed us what this looks like in human form: facing suffering without denial, accepting responsibility without becoming hardened.
That's hard to do.
Holding faith without fantasy. This new moon in Capricorn isn't about setting shallow goals or forcing manifestations. It's about choosing who we're becoming and understanding that our inner ethics, emotional maturity, and personal responsibility shape the emotional health of the collective. That is why Dostoevsky belongs to this moment.
Absolutely. I mean, you spoke of this energy that we're all feeling today.
Seriously. So let's just look at his life just a little bit for people that don't know him as well as I. And I know people love him and know him way better than me. So Dostoevsky was a Russian beloved novelist, and not all the time. His popularity ebbed and flowed. His writings were in the mid to late 1800s, where his work explored the deepest questions of human existence. His novels examined guilt, consciousness, suffering, faith, love, and moral responsibility through the lens of everyday life, social systems, and the pressure of living within a country and its rules. Because of this, Dostoevsky has been widely read not only by writers but by philosophers, psychologists, psychiatrists seeking to understand the human experience more fully. His influence has lasted for well over a century, ebbing and flowing in popularity as each generation returns to his work when society begins to ask hard questions again. Today feels like one of those moments. And I hope his voice resurfaces now so we can look honestly at suffering without losing hope, remembering that love, conscience, and responsibility still matter, even in difficult times. But if you don't know Dostoevsky, here's just a cap of his life.
Okay.
So in the 1800s, his family was considered aristocrats in Russia, but his dad was in charge of a hospital of the poor, and they had a home there. So his whole upbringing, he saw suffering, poverty, and like the effects of illness and medical attention needed.
So it's sort of like he saw the underbelly of life.
But he was considered aristocrat. So he had to show up at parties kind of once a year and put on the fancy outfit. His dad was really strict, and his mom was super compassionate, and she was very religious, but she also loved storytelling and shared all the Russian novels and storytelling, like fairy tales of the time, and was really like the heart and soul of the family. Right, the dad was like, this is your responsibility to take care of humanity, and he was really strict. And every time, like he really wanted his sons and his kids to shine. So when he was 9, he happened to discover a girl that was REAPE'd and punched, and he like had to go get his dad.
A girl that was what?
When he was 9, he found another school child that was blank assaulted and punched.
I think that's what you said.
Yeah. YouTube doesn't allow it. So, and then he went and got his dad, and then the girl died, but that was one of the first tragedies of his life. And then his mom died when he was off in boarding school that they couldn't afford, but the dad wanted them all to be super smart and successful. And then his dad was so strict that rumor has one of his servants killed the dad. So at 15, his mom died, and at 18, his dad died.
Wow.
Yeah. Crazy, right?
Dark.
And now he's like in engineering school in St. Petersburg, but he's like artsy fartsy, and he's like, these are too many rules. And it was military engineering school, so it was like strategy and stuff. And he was like, I don't think I belong here. So no one really liked him, and he was like this little outcast. But he wrote his first book, Poor People, when he was 25, I believe. Someone correct me. And that became like a hit.
Oh.
Instantly, because from his youth experience and then the storytelling from his mom, Pisces Saturn, he really could speak about people that weren't aristocrats. So it was like almost the first time a book about non-aristocrats was surfacing that was real and raw. Anywho, because he really wanted to examine like what life was. So it gets even weirder than that. So then he gets involved in people that love to read all the books that were banned by the Russian Tsar, and he becomes a political prisoner. So he becomes a political prisoner sentenced to death, and they keep them all like this whole like group of, it was like a book club, and they kept him in prison for like something like 2 or 3 years, and they were sentenced to death, and then right before they died, they said, oh, just kidding, ha 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 ha. And then they sent him to the Siberian working camps with real, like, murderers and, like, thieves and stuff. And then he was there for, like, 6 years or something. And then he came back and he wrote Crime and Punishment. Anywho.
Now you got me wanting to read the book.
Oh, my gosh.
And I usually don't like crime books.
So in Crime and Punishment, I'll just go over it just a little bit. It was a person that thought that since he was of a higher class and higher intelligence, he had more rights than someone else, and he could kill someone because he was of a better person, and then he went to jail and stuff.
Oh my God, this feels like it's like we're reliving this.
Anyhow, boom, 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 boom. Okay, so Pluto has heavy presence in this Capricorn new moon with Mercury right there, Mars right there, and then Venus just a little bit out conjunct to that Pluto. So we're talking about pride, we're talking about shame, we're talking about love. And the quote that I want us to, that represents Dostoevsky in this aspect is, we are all responsible for all.
Could we say that louder?
We are all responsible for all. So this came from Brothers Karamazov, and I'm going to say that so wrong, so someone please help me. And it's really pride, shame, and love.
You know, it's a lot of the dark side of Capricorn. Because, you know, every sign has a dark side. And this feels like a dark side of Capricorn.
We have to just face reality. We have to see what we're up against. And then hopefully with that leading planet, we're not going to lose hope.
Well, that's not the dark that I was speaking on, because I think that is the positive part of Capricorn. Is
What's
the reality.
The dark? Okay, go on.
The dark is the melancholy. It's the cut off. It's the, you know, shut down emotions and just be
He has something to say about that.
Oh, good.
Yeah, totally.
Let's get into it.
So here with the heavy Pluto present in Capricorn, we are all responsible. Pluto, shared, psychological, inherited. The systems that evolve over time. And then Venus right there, it's the values passed through generations. We are all responsible for all. And then Capricorn, responsibility, legacy, and consequence. So that Pluto is heavy right there. We look at the leading planet. Neptune and Saturn are right there in Pisces, and as I said, 29 degrees. You ready for his quote? Hell is the suffering of being unable to love.
I would 1,000% agree. How about you guys? Yeah.
So we do not want to be without love at this time, and we don't want to be in hell. So we're going to have to take emotional responsibility, consciousness, without the cost of what you were talking about, disconnection. Choosing love as a discipline, not a feeling.
Okay, let's talk about that just a second.
Okay.
Because I think that's an important piece. Choosing love as a discipline, not a feeling. And you really get that when you're married.
Okay.
Or in a long-term, like long-term relationship. There will be moments where you don't feel loving. But you made the commitment, so you're it's the discipline, being committed to it, even when the feeling isn't there.
Yeah, and we might be feeling that with our country right now.
Oh, we might.
We might be.
Well, some of us are, and some of us are not.
Hopefully, all of us are. Like, even if we're like thinking it's cool, that it's
Right.
That's not cool.
Okay.
So Saturn in Pisces next to Neptune. Suffering has consequences. Neptune, love is a spiritual labor. Capricorn new moon, love must be chosen, lived, and practiced. Cardinal Earth, man. So Neptune and Saturn, just like we talked about, is sextile to all those personal planets in Capricorn. And this quote comes from the same book that I can't pronounce, Brothers Karamazov. So sorry.
Don't ask me.
I might have drinking too much, but Brothers Karamazov. Okay, with Saturn and Neptune working together, this new moon reminds us that survival alone isn't the goal. As Dostoevsky wrote, the quote, the mystery of human existence lies not in just staying alive, but to finding something to live for.
Amen. I agree. 1,000%.
It is our responsibility to find something to live for. Someone can't tell you what your life is about. You find what your life is about. That is our responsibility. So Capricorn asks us to choose a purpose that can last. Something meaningful enough to carry through effort, discipline, and time. Saturn-Neptune sextiles, the personal planet, teaches us purpose must be lived, not imagined. Meaning requires structure. Faith needs commitment. Legacy begins with intention. Mini Grand Trine is super highlighted here. So here's my quote for this. Because this Mini Grand Trine has been here for what? 2026, 2027? No.
2025, at the end of 2025, we had the Grand Trine.
Yeah, and it's going to continue this year and then into next year. But this new moon is just highlighting it because it's sitting on Pluto right now. Mm-hmm. So here is my quote that I think emphasizes the mini Grand Trine. Love in action is a harsh and dreadful thing compared to love in dreams.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
This is Saturn being harsh and real, Neptune, love and ideas, Capricorn, action and responsibility. It is perfect for explaining that love is not sentimental. Values must be lived. Mm-hmm. Legacy requires effort. So if you love something and you want to have legacy with it, you put in proactive energy and intention, and you just don't just dream about it, but you show up. So let's show up for reality. Uranus here in Taurus trines the Capricorn cluster. The quote that I like to represent for this Uranus trine in Capricorn is, taking a new step, uttering a new word is what people fear most. This is from Crimes and Punishment. Why this quote? Uranus being trine to that responsibility of Capricorn, all in that cluster. Change that flows. This is a trine. Innovation without collapse. Evolution that makes sense. The future arrives through readiness, not revolt. Are we ready? Dostoevsky names the core Uranian truth. So Capricorn is about taking responsibility and understand reality. With this trine to Uranus, Dostoevsky names the core Uranian truth. The hardest part of change isn't destruction, it's initiation. And that's exactly what a trine does. It removes friction, but it still requires conscious participation.
You describe a trine beautifully. That's perfect for a trine.
Thank you. Yeah, it's easy energy. And then Capricorn being super cardinal, it initiates, especially in this new moon, and then being trine another earth sign, they already have that reality shared.
Well, the thing is that trines are so easy that to make them work, you do have to put a little effort because they just flow so easily.
Yeah.
So they do require a little effort to get them going.
Yeah, definitely.
Otherwise, it's just lazy laying there.
Yeah, totally. And it being initiated in a new moon, too.
Yes.
There is a beautiful way to, we're stepping on that slide and let's ride down it. Mm-hmm. Other fun aspects that are going on is Chiron is square to Mars, Mercury, and then Venus with a little bit of Pluto. So it's hitting them. With Chiron in Aries squaring our thinking, our values, and our actions, old wounds around speaking up, deserving love, and taking initiative may surface. Dostoevsky reminds us that pain and suffering are always inevitable for a large, intelligent, and a deep heart. Mm-hmm. This new moon asks us not to avoid that discomfort, but to act with awareness anyways.
Yes, very true to Capricorn moon.
Yeah, seriously. Mm-hmm. And with Chiron right there, why not feel it? Let's feel it.
Sit with it.
Sit with it. You guys ready for my final thoughts? It's been kind of long.
Yes.
I'm always long, huh? No comment? Just kidding.
No, I don't think this has been as long as some of your other ones.
Okay.
Maybe it's because I'm into it.
Oh.
That it fits perfectly.
It's nice. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if it's an introduction to him. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because you're now discovering Dostoevsky in a sense. Mm-hmm. In a slightly deeper sense. But other people are really into him. Okay, final thoughts. The world can feel bleak right now. It is not...
It is bleak right now. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
But it is not bleaker than it has been before.
That is true.
History reminds us that humanity has always lived alongside suffering, uncertainty, and hardship. What changes is not the presence of difficulty, but how we meet it. This new moon in Capricorn asks us to look straight at reality, not to harden ourselves, and not to look away, but to stay present with what is difficult. To acknowledge that life can be heavy. That loving others and loving the world is not easy work. Dostoevsky understands this deeply. He never denied suffering. He believed that avoiding it stripped life of meaning. And yet, he also believed that something profound lives alongside hardship: conscious love and beauty. As he famously wrote in The Idiot, my favorite, through the character of Prince Mishirk, beauty will save the world.
Here. Here. I believe that too.
I believe it wholeheartedly.
Oh my gosh, I love that. I think that's going to be my new tagline.
Let's believe it together. Not beauty is perfection or escape, but beauty is compassion, integrity, truth, and shared humanity. This new moon reminds us that hope is not passive. It is built through responsibility, through community, and through the courage to keep loving even when it's hard. If we want a future shaped by care rather than fear, we begin by choosing reality and choosing one another now.
That was perfect for this new moon. Y'all, this is I have no words.
When I was younger, I read The Idiot and I fell in love with Dostoevsky. And I used to shout out in San Francisco, Dostoevsky! And I would tell everyone that he's my boyfriend. And now my boyfriend actually looks like Dostoevsky.
That is so...
I was like, oh, he would be a good reference. And I started doing research. And then I was sending the image. And I was like, I almost predicted you. Because back in the day,
yeah.
I used to say
the whole time that you're talking about him, I'm like... Because we're astrologers, I'm like, I want to see his chart.
Oh, so he doesn't have much Capricorn, but he has...
Scorpio?
No, listen to this. He has Neptune, Uranus, and Venus all in 0-1 degree of Capricorn. And he is a Scorpio.
So he understands the underbelly.
And he was writing about society. And I think that's all of us, what we need in this new moon in Capricorn is to realize what society is and then our responsibility in it. And with his Scorpio-ness, he explored it for us. Yeah. And then he brought that underbelly up for us to realize, when things get sticky, there's hope and love in each other.
Okay.
Yeah. So some people call him an nihilist, but he was an nihilist thinking that without God, you had more freedom because you had more humanity. So you could connect to people better without one answer. So without religion, you had a freedom because there was all these other answers, and you really found them within experience with love and other people.
Now, I would have never understood that until where I am now in the world and my belief system. I totally get that.
It's beautiful. And I'm not doing it justice, so someone below, please,
I love it.
Give Dostoevsky more justice than I did, please, because he deserves it.
Huh.
And when he had his funeral in Russia, all these people came out and praised him because he brought back humanity and heart and consciousness to the Russian people through the Tsar Socialist.
Oh, yeah, I've got to go back. Now I want to read that book. I want to read several of his books.
Yeah, I recommend The Idiot because it's about a man that represents love and Jesus Christ energy and how people thought he was dumb because he was so compassionate and just, and they called him the idiot. It's beautiful. And there's
it's
a love
what
triangle.
They do now. It's kind of like what they do now. Oh, you bleeding heart liberal in a negative way if you have a lot of compassion.
Yeah, if you want to share wealth. You're an idiot. It's so dumb. Yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot of parallels. I see that for sure.
Oh, yeah. So that gets me excited. Well, that was really great and enlightening, and it's perfect for the energy, y'all.
Yeah. Responsibility and reality.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for bringing it to me. I really loved it. I enjoyed it. I hope you did too. Here I go with my reference, and I feel very shallow after that one.
I don't know if you get deeper than Dostoevsky, though. So
no, it was pretty deep and intense and on point. Mine's more shallow and more concentrated on the personal planets.
And we need that too.
Yeah, maybe I should have gone first and gone to the deeper. Let's dig a little deeper.
Or just leave it for people to leave with.
Okay.
Make it personal for us, Kimberly.
Okay.
Make it personal for us.
So I looked at the Capricorn stellium with this moon. It supports slow, purposeful growth. Each aspect guides us along the way. The leading planet is Saturn, and Saturn is in Pisces, sextiles this new moon, and helps us build a solid foundation. Neptune in Pisces, sextiles, adds vision and heart, so our efforts are meaningful, not just functional. Uranus in Taurus brings practical innovation. Venus conjunct Pluto, encouraging us to focus on what truly matters in life. Mercury and Mars making connection to the nodes, reminding us that every choice and action shapes the path forward. Now is the time to build strength on purpose. One small, consistent choice that supports our bodies over the months ahead.
I believe we need this.
Okay.
Let's go for it.
So my reference on this new moon in Capricorn is a moment to build our summer bodies.
From Russian literature to discipline in summer bodies. You don't get it anywhere except for moon signs and storylines. And we want to hear your reference. Please look at video 1 before this one. So.
I've told you I didn't like the title of mine. It will make more sense. Okay, I promise. It'll make more sense. Like I said, it feels very shallow compared to yours. As we head into the months ahead, it's perfect time for building our summer bodies step by step with care and consistency, laying the foundation for a strong, resilient physique during this quiet, reflective months of winter. Capricorn's cardinal energy calls us to start carefully, plan wisely, and take steady, intentional steps. This isn't about rushing workouts or trying quick fixes. It's about creating habits and routines that will support strength, endurance, and health for months to come.
Small steps.
Huh?
It's so true, though. It's so
I know,
true.
but it just feels so shallow next to you.
I just took like the deepest person on earth and presented it. Maybe not.
Okay, so the first thing that stood out to me is the stellium in Capricorn with the Sun, Moon, Mercury, and Mars, a powerhouse of discipline and focus. Perfect for committing to consistent, methodical effort for building our body and our stamina.
This is true.
With Saturn being the ruling planet, I had to take a look at what Saturn's doing. Well, Saturn's in Pisces and making a sextile to this new moon. That's like a wise coach. Reminds us to structure our efforts without harshness, respecting our limits while pushing for progress. This energy keeps us consistent and it prevents burnout. Neptune in Pisces also supports the new moon, which it conjuncts with Saturn, bringing vision and inspiration. It's our ability to imagine how we want to feel in our body, not just the way we look. The vision keeps us motivated on the days when showing up feels hard.
Yeah, that's part of existence, is being confident enough to show up. And here we go.
And having that vision.
Yeah.
Yeah. Venus conjunct Pluto in Aquarius calls for deep transformation. This isn't surface level change. It's about redefining our relationships with our body, letting go of all habits, and build something real powerful inside and out. Now, I know that I'm relating this to building our bodies because that's my focus this year, is building strength in my emotions, strength in my body, and strength in my mind. So you can use this not just for rebuilding your body, but anything in your life. So focus. Uranus and Taurus trines this new moon adds creativity and flexibility. Maybe our body responds better to routines, playful movements, small tweaks in our diet. This isn't just a full reset or starting from scratch. It's more like an upgrade, keeping what works, adjusting what doesn't, and letting our body guide the changes. This is our reminder to listen to our body, adjust intelligently instead of forcing it. Allowing. Mercury and Mars and Capricorn give us drive, discipline, and the energy to build forward. The Virgo South Moon reminds us that old habits, perfectionism, and routines that no longer serve, time to let them go. Their inconjunct asks for adjustments rather than force.
Beautiful. I'm so glad you brought that up.
Thank you. This is a reset, not an upgrade. Keep Capricorn structure, but add Virgo's discernment with flexibility and responsiveness. At the same time, there's a semen square with the North Node in Pisces. Invites flow, creativity into our routines. This isn't a reset, it's an upgrade. We keep Capricorn structure, Virgo's discernment, and allow Pisces' playful, responsive energy to guide us. Small, intelligent tweaks beat rigid control every single time.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of a soft energy on a hard discipline. That's
Absolutely.
what I hear.
Perfect. That's what I was going for. Now let's put this all together. This new moon is perfect for building our summer body step by step with care, consistency, and intention. The small, steady choices we make now, the workouts we commit to, the meals we prepare, the rest we take seriously will grow into something lasting, strength, and energy for the months ahead. Building our summer body isn't about rushing or pushing harder than we can handle. It's about showing up consistently, making smart choices, trusting the process. The work we do now lays the foundation that will carry us through months ahead, stronger, steadier, and ready for whatever comes. Think of this reference as a guide to building something strong and lasting. You can use this approach for your body, for your mind, for your career, any part of your life that you want to grow stronger in.
Yeah.
The commitment, devotion, effort, efficiency.
The focus.
Yes, the focus.
The intentional focus.
So it's about laying the foundation now so your future self can thrive.
That's a beautiful thing to do right now. Like right now, I already started understanding what my diet is and writing down notes of how I'm going to improve it. So I'm taking steps too.
Absolutely. It's winter. So it's a reflective time. It's time to really look what needs to be addressed.
Yeah.
Build new structures, stronger structures, so that we can achieve something down the road in months ahead.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Intentional focus.
Absolutely.
Wherever you want to apply it. And the easiest way to look at it is the summer bod. So you can look at it as the next promotion. You can look at it as getting out of debt. You can look at it as changing your eating habits, like I think I'm doing it personally.
Oh, good.
So intentional focus.
Intentional focus. That's the key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looking at reality, facing it, and trying not to lose love and compassion because we're jumping into a collaborative society. And then being the better person with intentional focus and making yourself more real, stronger, better for all of us.
Well, I really think that all of us have got to get stronger physically, emotionally, and mentally because this is the year of great change.
Yeah.
And change is not easy. We're going to have some really difficult moments.
Yeah. Over and over again, I keep thinking what's normal now might not be normal in 6 months.
So we really have to prepare ourselves,
For sure.
our bodies, our emotions, and our mental awareness of what's coming so we don't fall apart.
Yeah. Face reality and don't lose hope because we're emotionally strong, stable, physical, healthy beings.
Yeah, because next month,
Dun, dun, dun,
big
dun.
shift. So let's get clear on this new moon.
All of those personal planets move into Aquarius next month. So this one is the one to get real. Yeah. And perfect. That's true. Before we get collective. Let's get real now. Understand where reality is. Understand where our physical healthiness is, or our physical essence is.
Where our weaknesses are and build on it.
Yeah, and have intentional focus to dive in and make them better.
Absolutely.
Okay. We are, what's my quote? Hold
Beauty?
on. No, well, yeah. Beauty will save us, and we are all responsible.
Oh, yeah, we are all responsible for each other.
Yeah, and beauty will save us.
So we're responsible for each other, so we got to get strength so we can help one another. And then we want to have good bodies so that we can save the world.
It all comes around. Let us know what your reference is.
Yes.
Ours were a little different on base, but it had the same powerful principle.
Well, you know what I liked is that you really focused on the outer planets really strongly, and I focused on the personal planets really strong. So you take the two, marry them, and that's this new moon in Capricorn. So I think we covered
the ground.
Yeah, we did.
Capricorn, the
ground. The ground.
We cardinaled that earth, man.
We did. Every angle.
All right. So. Please share this video if it hit you at all and you have other astrology enthusiasts in your life. And then do comment if you find a reference, because we do want to build a community, and we find this really helping sharpen our mind and our astrological understanding when we do give reference to new moons and full moons.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So again, hit like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell to get notice on our next video, which will be the questions that we're going to ask.
This is where we take it all deeper, and we make sure that we grow from these new moons and full moons. So Kimberly and I give you a question to ponder, and then we go through the 12 zodiac signs and
absolutely
give them even more depth.
So we'll see you in the next video. And remember, today is a new day and a new opportunity to make this world a better place. Cheers, y'all. Thank you for being here.
We appreciate you guys.
We sure do.